What's up? Just want to say, damn. um, Lots of messages I feel like are on the horizon here. A lot of it in dealing with trying to understand, trying to understand the complexities of development. So complex development. So just trying to understand the viewpoints, I guess, from another, and trying your best to process those things and to channel those things, transmute some of the things into more of a positive translation, I guess, as far as letting that sink into your heart, because the challenge is actually to keep the heart open. And so when you're triggered, I think a lot of the times that we tend to close off our hearts in trigger moments, and I think that's it's a real thing, I mean, it comes from pain. It comes from suffering from I don't know, rejection, suffering from hurt from past relationships, things of those natures, and trying to kind of come to terms with what's happening now, and I think the real challenge is actually just putting a roadblock to everything that has affected you in the past and taking with you the lessons, so that way your heart can stay open, so you can be more receptive to what's actually being said, to what's actually being conveyed, and to what's actually in the energy field, because I think that we tend to close our hearts even just a little bit and dim our light a little bit, even just a smidge, and it throws off our internal guidance system. It throws it all the way off, I mean, it could, a little bit could just throw it off enough, is what I'm saying, to where we misjudge what's being revealed to us. And I think that we're being awakened to like a different kind of love language, you know the five love languages, but I think that there's one that nobody talks about, and it's that telepathic kind of love language. And it's like tapping into that, and meditation, and getting the reading before the reading, and having that be the clarifier of your cards, and so I guess I'm just trying to say is connect first, and I'm sure that you are, and I'm sure that if you're doing anything like this, of this nature, or you're preparing a talk for church or anything like that, you do all that preparation and you connect into the spirit. Or if you're doing tarot cards, for example, but also just any big event coming in your life, is coming, you can feel it. So it's like you tap into that and you feel the whole essence of it, and you get your validation, you get your clarification there. And then if you're doing cards, or if you're going to do your talk, your response from others and stuff like that, but your response from spirit is going to be like the green light or bingo, it's like yes, and I think that the 2022, there's been a lot of lessons that's learned from 2021 as well as 2020, but I think that 2022 should be more accepting things, even if they are too good to be true, because I think that when things come that are too good to be true, how many times have you been told, if it's too good to be true, don't do it, get away from it, stay away from it, and so how many times in the past have we actually like turned our heads and turned our backs to a real blessing, and it's really a challenge to overcome that. But I think that that's what Spirit's really wanting us to do, is to make that that conscious effort to seeing something that's too good to be true as actually being your wish fulfillment, and to accept it and to love it and to nurture it. There's so much more that can be said if there was actually some kind of conversation, and so I think that putting the brakes on something before it even starts is is kind of immature, and I'm guilty of that as well, you know. And I think that throughout my life, I've been my own worst enemy, and blocking my blessings, you know. And I think that that's what the Spirit is telling me now. It's like, oh, you've had so many opportunities, but you can't believe it, you know. And I think we tend to talk ourselves out of a real blessing, and it's really you know. And if there was something you could do to salvage it, I hate that word, not salvage it, but to turn it into something bigger and better and worth the I don't even want to say wait, worth the while. I mean, worth the time that we have here on this planet in this mortal existence, but transcends beyond that, and beyond the veil, you know, and the eternities, you know. So it's like it's something that's already known in the eternities. I don't think it's a lesson. The lesson isn't learned in between you and what it is that you desire. I think that the lesson is being learned on the outskirts, thinking outside of the box. The lessons are on the outsides that's bringing two together. You know, it's really magic, and it's being pushed by angels, and I know this to be true, and that's my testimony, is just to look at things in a different light, and only the positive light, and with your heart full and open, and with the meditation behind it, and with the you know, let yourself write it down, you know, and to let yourself freely write what it is that your heart's desire, you know, and you'll surprise yourself. So with that being said, it's 7 minutes into the reading there. 6:50 is what I see when I looked up. But if it has anything meaning to you, but 6, 5, and 0, 6 and 5 is 11. So there's some stuff. But anyway, we're going to go into what my premeditation is. The first bullet point I have is, what are you thinking, dreaming, and imagining? And that's exactly it, you know. Those things that you're thinking, dreaming, and imagining is what's feeding the light into your heart chakra to allow this reception to take place. And you might be in a place like I have been, losing everything, and accepting that for what it is, letting things just fall off the table, you know, and you even shucking things off the table yourself, you know, and cleaning that clean slate, you know. But it's taken time, I'm going to tell you, and it's and it wasn't, I don't think it was necessarily because of a worldly viewpoint of looking at things. It was just like, you know, it was all I knew, you know. Everything I knew was on that table. And so trusting in Spirit has been a real challenge for me, and I think it was coming down to that, trusting in myself, you know, of my abilities and my vulnerability, you know. I gave my whole effort to this table, and now the table has lost its stability, and everything on it is gone, you know. And so it's like rebuilding this table and giving myself that stability, and seeing I have nothing to physically give, but in this process I have everything spiritually understood. And it's it's got me in a vulnerable position, and it's you know, there's things in the process, and it's like it's not for this thing over here, but it's like having that knowledge now. It is, though, you know. It's like I know what I want, and I know what it's going to take to get there, and I'm damn on the trail here, and it's my own trail, so I'm blazing my own path, you know. And I think if you're in that same position as well, it's like, what are you thinking, dreaming, and imagining that's going to manifest, you know, what you want to bring to you? And that's exactly what the next point is about. It's quickly aligning to your manifestations with the heart. And I just got done saying that. It's funny. But yeah, that green emerald color. Just imagine the color. You know, what is it? What is the color? What is the texture? What is the is it transparent? Is it you know, just having a full image of what your heart chakra looks like inside of you, gauging it and giving it a grade. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 100, where you're at as far as your brightness is. You know, kind of looking at your heart differently than what you've normally looked at it as. You know. And manifesting from there, you know, and and enhancing that daily, you know, and your gifts and everything else start to hit you in a way that it comes to your heart first, you know, and it doesn't ignite any anger or anything of any other chakras that would be of a malfunction because it didn't come through the heart or come out of the heart, you know. So it's different, and the patience and temperance is coming to mind. It's that earth angel kind of vibe to it, you know. And I feel like I've always been a vulnerable young man, even man now, but that vulnerability is very important to long-lasting relationships, friendships, and stuff like that. But to a point, there's a point when you feel like it, you know, you give so much and then you just don't know, you know. And so yeah, I mean the table will break and then things will fall off, but it's a good time to accept it, you know, accept the things you cannot change, and then move forward with a more positive spirit. The serenity prayer came to mind right there. But the next bullet point is being divinely guided to be direct in communication. Yeah, so you know, making that eye contact and saying exactly what you need to say. And I just seen up there 11:11 too, but saying exactly what you need to say. And being concise and not beating around the bush anymore, and knowing that there's matched emotions in the deal, and there's so much more that there's to be put on the table, you know. And so the next bullet point, it's time to commit 100% to your purpose, ground it. So that's been my challenge, and I think that I have a lot of fire in my chart. More than anything else, I have fire in my chart. And so I tend to float off into the clouds, much like an air sign, but it's like fire. Fire is this magical existence, you know. How do you explain fire, really, you know? And fire is pretty magical. I mean, really. But it's also to my own detriment. I lack a lot of earth in my chart, you know, and I don't know, sorry, but I just feel like I have a really hard time grounding me, and I think that some earth would really help me, you know, and to bring a lot of my ideas, a lot of my dreams, a lot of my manifestations to the ground. And so I've been doing it myself, but it's really been a challenge, you know. And some things I've got there and I'm really successful at, you know. And it's not about worldly possessions that you grade yourself on success, just as much as we grade our heart and give it a grade on as far as where it's at and its brightness. You know, I think that we do the same in success, but I think we do it from a wrong perspective. We look at success as what do we have? What do we have that we can show for? You know, and that's been a transformation within me, and an understanding of my chakras and the healing taking place there, which reminds me, I've been working on some cards here. There's kind of like the star card I've been working on, but like the heart chakra in the center, you know, that's what ignites all of them, really. And it's the most important one there, you know. And so I've been working on that card, but I also have this hermit card here, you know. He's got a hood on, and he's taking his lantern here into that cave there. But I think he's just pondering and looking at it, and he goes, do I really want to go back in there? You know, how many times do I got to go back in there and get my enlightenment when I'm lit already? I mean, do I want to just go back to sleep? Am I going in the cave to go to sleep? Or am I going in there to get enlightenment? Or can I be right here and be enlightened here? You know, so those kind of thoughts come to mind. And also your ability is this next bullet. Your ability to channel is at a high level. Trust your intuition. So that's the major gift that's being granted to you right now, is this intuitive increase, but also the ability to channel through spirit and be the conduit of voice and reason. So trust what's coming through you naturally, you know. And the cards are going to throw all kinds of curveballs and stuff like that, but it's being able to run yourself around the dial, so to speak, and find how God would be viewing this, or how your spirit guides around you would view that specific card in alignment with other cards, and give your viewers the best of the best reading, you know. And it's not like you're trying to avoid the negative. I think that the negative, when it pops up, you handle it, but you channel it in a way that's a healing, you know. And I believe that the readers are, like, lately I've been throwing this out into the field, so to speak, but I see it everywhere. I'm starting to see it more prominently, that you know, the karmics are even being viewed as a brother or sister, you know, that need this healing as well, you know. And so it's like that, you know, is it's not having a negative viewpoint on the opposition, you know, so to speak, because we're all one in the end. So that. But right here I also have another bullet: your messages are reciprocal, so take heed to your own words. Exactly. So the energy that you're flowing through with, and you've got the devil and the angel on your shoulders there, because a lot of times there's readers out there that can really slap into that devil energy when it comes to a karmic, or it comes to a DM. but it's really reciprocal. So that energy is just being manifested really in your own lap, you know. So it's like being careful to the nature of how God would read the cards, you know, or how Jesus would read the cards, or an angel, earth angel, or someone in angelic form would read the cards, or your ancestors, or etc., you know. But the next bullet says career advancement support is on the horizon, and it's with love of a companion. So somebody you meet at the workplace supporting you, and actually, you know, I think of the oxen. When you yoke two oxen, it decreases the workload for either of the oxen, you know. It's like working together to pull the weight, you know. And so yoke is the wooden thing that comes across the oxen, and it locks the two together and puts them into unison. It's a union, you know. So that comes to mind right there. And I think that's more of the nature of being in that receptive, open heart mentality, you know, open heart mentality, because it's like it's a tool that you use. Your brain is a tool to I guess manipulate your heart into opening up, you know. Who cares about what the past is? That's the magician in you, is your brain. You only use 10% of your brain, you know. But I think this is the part where we tap into a little bit more of our brain and our intellect and our intelligence, is by using our brain to command. It's the command center for our entire body. I mean, that's how we heal ourselves. It's how we put our focus on different aspects of our body and functions as well. But it happens naturally on the subconscious. A lot of things, like my hand moving right there, but a lot of things can be done consciously, you know. And that's how you kind of rewrite your patterns, or your programming of your subconscious, is you channel that through your heart, but you send those signals to your brain, and let your brain be the tool to manipulate the system, you know. And manipulate is a really terrible word. It's got a very negative connotation to it, and I think a lot of people view manipulation as something bad, but manipulation is actually, you know, it's magic, you know. It's manipulating energy. You can do that. It's transmuting is manipulating, you know. So it's like taking an understanding to the labels of words, and of exercises, of things that are viewed negative normally, but it's like taking a different look at that, and allowing yourself to see things differently is what I'm getting at there. But yeah, let's get into some more of the reading here. That was the last bullet point, and I'm going to go into the angel numbers here. Right there is the book, but 142 is the number we're going to focus on right now. Channeled those numbers while I was doing the channeling right here, and we'll get to where it says what it says. It says 142. It says, your guardian angel is swirling around you with love and acceptance. You are loved. You are accepted. So that's beautiful. I love that. And so 188 is the next number I channeled. And so 188. Sorry, I kind of got lost thinking about 188, what that might mean, you know. Yeah, 188. Sorry, still doing that. It's funny, you know, you give things a little extra thought, you know, and try to see it from different angles. But here we go. 188, you are one with your consciousness and the universe at this time. You are one with your gifts, dreams, and goals. Believe. That's why I was thinking about that really strongly again. I mean, that's a strong message, 188. Very powerful. And then we also have 247. And instantly when I seen 247, I thought 24/7. You know, you're all these messages up to this point, it's 24/7 on your mind, on your heart, and in your consciousness, in your goals and your aspirations. So here we go. 24/7. Love it. 24/7. What does it got to say here? Spirit. It says, cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Trust the changes that are occurring. They are miracles. I needed that one for sure. So, miracles. Yes, miracles. Miracles are miracles because it's not necessarily something like being revived or anything like that. It's more or less something being born is a miracle. You know, being born is a miracle. Holy crap, you know. And so think about being born again. You know, that's a miracle. It's unbelievable that the road that you took in fighting your battles, the road that you took was the higher road, which allowed you to awaken to your gifts, your abilities, and allowed you to have communication with your spirit guides and communication through visions, communication through telepathic communication. You know, it's very, very powerful stuff. And it's a miracle. I mean, honestly, it really is. And so to turn an eye or turn it back to that and call it a lesson, no, there's so much more there. Explore it, communicate, direct communication, allow it to take place, tap into that and use that. So there's many lives that are going to be changed through these growths and these processes that are still processing. So just keep your heart open. All right, and so moving from that into the cards, we're going to go right into the cards. We're at 2258 on there. So I want to be able to get through a reading. A lot of my readings have been cutting off right at the very end, and it's been very, very frustrating, I'll tell you, because there's a lot being revealed in the end of my reading, and I can't really let that be expressed because it's not going on to the video when I upload it. So it's very challenging to see that, because I think that would help a lot of you, the stuff that's there, but I think Spirit just doesn't want it to be revealed yet. I don't know. Companion is the word that I have here. Companion. Companion. To dream of seeing a partner signifies small anxieties and probable sickness. To dream of social companions denotes light and frivolous pastimes, will engage your attention, hindering you from performing your duties. So yeah, I think that that's definitely been the path so far, you know, and it's been a challenge, but I think that it's necessary for your gifts to be enhanced, for your heart to be fully open, to be fully ready for what's about to happen. You know, and understanding that that's what's happening. You know, the next word that I have here, and it's all words that I choose out of my freehand writing. I find words that are in the book, and that's what I use. The next one is heart. Let's see, heart. And we have heart. To dream of your heart paining and suffocating you. There will be trouble in your business. Some mistake of your own will bring loss if not corrected. Seeing your heart foretells sickness and failure of energy. To see the heart of an animal, you will overcome enemies and merit the respect of all. To eat the heart of a chicken denotes strange desires will cause you to carry out very difficult projects for your advancement. So the heart, and I'm getting that energetic field of the heart, you know, like I was describing in the premeditation. The next word that I have here is guide. So we'll go to guide. Let the heart guide you to your companion. That's what's happening. I'm telling you, those words were, I mean, it's divine. Guide, E-F-G. I forgot how to do my alphabet there. Guide. If you're dreaming about guide, bringing this in from the 5D to the 3D. Guide. Here we are, right here, and it says guidance. So sorry, it's guidance. So to dream of guidance means to take a look at how you can help others. Perhaps it is time to give and get some guidance in your life. And it says give and get some. So it's opening the heart chakra, right? It's being receptive, giving and getting some guidance. So it's very reciprocal. Love that. Awesome. And I do have a poem. I didn't get to read a poem on the last one, and I had one prepared, but I just breezed on past it, you know. So it was really frustrating about that. But here we have Your Inner Preacher. And this is a poem I wrote, and it's for this reading. It says, allow for the fifth house shift. Unblock the heart to settle the rift. Observe this internal guidance system. What are the core issues? List them. Love grows through resolving conflict, in the expression of how your heart's been pricked. In your core and under the scars is your serendipitous light coat of stars. Put a stop to winding in and winding out, finding that you wind up winding down. There's no place in your soul for resistance. Stop trying so hard to control your existence. You must zoom back out to enjoy the elixir. You are the light that embodies the bigger picture. You've attracted your mirror. The smoke has been cleared. You've exacted your fear, and it too has disappeared. Angels and demons are frequency and vibration. Discern the difference with determination. You are a teacher with a student feature, so listen to your inner preacher, beautiful creature. So, yeah, I love that right there, your inner preacher. That's your heart chakra, right? Your internal guidance system. Your fifth house, you have creativity, you know. There's so much to be said in relationships when there's creativity just sparking and igniting, you know, that fire energy, you know, that energy, that magic energy you can't explain really. You really have a hard time doing so. I mean, putting words to that energy is very challenging, right? So, yes, let's jump right into the reading. We are at 28:13, if that has any meaning to you at all. But let's move this stuff out of the way and go right into yes. I did this the last time, and I used these cards right here to kind of get the overall feeling, the overall emotions, the overall energy around you at this time and around the collective. I've been doing just collective readings, but I will do some zodiac signs. I'm being actually pushed to do so, so I will. But being obedient is very freedom and friendship. You know, freedom and friendship is there. So freedom and friendship, just on the split of the deck there. But yeah, I'm gonna do some zodiac signs. One more shuffle, but yeah, I'll do some zodiacs, and I'm very capable of doing it. I've come to a place in my own healing and my own understanding that you know, I've been avoiding a lot of stuff, resisting. I mean, it's in that poem. There's a shuffle. There we go. So let's get the overall energy here for the collective at this time. Let's see what we got here. It just came out last time. Trust. And I think this trust is really, and it says right here, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So yeah, you're in your internal guidance system, your heart chakra being open, and your voice too. I mean, this is a lot to do with you putting your crown chakra on, but you can see a lot of those, that light blue is significant and in similitude to your throat chakra. Had another card pop out here, and it's grief. You can see it's boxed in a frame. So grief, instantly, when I seen that, I had this vision of thinking outside of the box. You know, all that grief right here in the middle, and that's what that's portraying, but it's boxed in there, you know, and it's like, think outside the box. You know, the lessons are being learned on the outside of the box, and you know, this grief is being contained so that you can be moving forward. You know, it's thinking outside the box and moving past it. Let's read what the words say on there. It says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Absolutely. I believe that full-heartedly. And it's like, it's crazy because when you lose something, that's when you really appreciate it, when it's gone. And sometimes you can't get it back. But I think that in this case, in this rare case right here, something that was too good to be true is why you're grieving. You know, because it was actually real. It was actually something really tangible, something you can hold and have and know that was your happily ever after kind of a feeling there. So like the grief is like in that nature, knowing that maybe both parties had something to do with like sabotaging it. But I think that what they're learning right now is they've sabotaged a lot of things in their life, but this thing is actually, you know, being looked at differently. You know, this thing is looked at for what it is, and it brings grief because it's like, man, how do I live? That's that song right there. Look it up. I don't know who it is, but it just hit me. How do I live? I don't know who sings it, but let's get another card here for the energy. Let's channel, clear channeling. Right here, courage. Yes, courage. Look at that. I mean, look at that. It's got that aura on there. You know, it's really, it's the center of it is really bright, and it's of that sacral, and then it goes into, or solar plexus, and then sacral kind of chakras there. You know, and then even the passion with the red, and then back into purples and blues. You know, but it says, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. The inner strength. It's everything is on the inner. This is about you. Finding that inner strength to face fear with confidence, right? There's something about the word fear. It's an anagram for fear, and I think it's for every attempt. Something about a failed attempt, for every attempt. I don't know. Look up the anagram for fear. I'm just being guided to tell you what that is, but for every attempt something. I can't remember. But yeah, look that up. Sorry, I'll look it up and I'll post it with the poem that I post as well. But yeah, Spirit says that's done. We got 3 energies here. So it's, yeah, trust. You had this lack of trust in something, and then this grief took over, and it's been contained. And so the angels contained it so you can think outside the box and use your courage to try again. This is something worth trying again until it happens. I'm not even kidding. So let's get into the tarot. Let's see what tarot has to say about it. I'm going to use the Light Seers deck here. Actually, yeah. I'm being guided to use this deck right here. I grabbed that deck because I thought I was going to use it, but yeah, being told otherwise. So I'm going to give it a good 2 shuffles here. The time on there is 33:48. If that has any meaning to you. But one more shuffle. And as I cut the deck, we have the 3 of Pentacles and the Magician. A lot more to be explored here. That's it. Let's see, Spirit. Show us the energies in the storyline. We have the Page of Cups, and it was in reverse right there. The Page of Cups in reverse. Developing a storyline. You know, unapologetic. You know, it's just being unapologetic in your actions. But I think that How do we look at this in a light that's going to bring healing to the audience? And it's like unapologetic in a way that you're understanding there was lessons being learned. You're unapologetic in the nature of how much you've healed and how much it, without even being in direct contact, how much of your gifts have been enhanced and acknowledged, you know. So it's like the beautiful, it's like what is that I'm thinking of, something symphony, what is it? Bittersweet symphony kind of a feeling to it, you know. But it's like coming away with it with the lesson and knowing that that you know, coming into grief, you know, and it came under grief, you know, and the trust, you know, unapologetically, and that's why you kind of trust is at bay. But let's get some more of the storyline here and develop it here. But that's the best light that I can view that as, even though it could be viewed as a negative, I'm not sorry kind of an asshole kind of way of looking at it. But I'm going to show you the card as well. There's some things I'm picking up on that card looking at it right now. But Spirit, let's get the storyline. Let's see what the storyline. Wow, did you see that? And it's yes, this King of Wands, and it's in reverse as well. So we got two cards in the reverse. And, you know, it's challenging, you know, instantly. I'm like, what the heck? You know, but it's like, there's something being taught right now. And it's looking at things in a different way, you know. So unapologetically, put the fire out is what I'm seeing. But the thing about fire, it's comes of magic, you know, and it's like the ability is always there. And I was telling you, I was looking at this Page of Cups card, but I was being drawn to that ribbon or whatever that is, the scarf or whatever, wrapping around her there. And that's that crown chakra energy, but in reverse, you know. It's like your crown chakra is everywhere but on the crown, as you can see. It's everywhere but on it. It's staring you face to face, just like that fish is, you know. It's like and it looks like, yeah, and the waves are crashing down over here, you know, and I'm being drawn to waves are crashing. So it's like maybe emotions are flowing, you know, and it's like, but you're seeing, and that's probably so much emotion, and it kind of put the fire out, you know. It's that King of Wands in reverse is kind of this just using his abilities, his gifts in the wrong ways, you know. But I think that in this position next to this card, it's like his fire was put out, you know. It's like he put his own fire out by sabotage. I'm getting sabotage from these right here, and not being vulnerable, you know. Not being vulnerable is really what that is. And it's brought on grief. So let's get the storyline, Spirit. Let's continue the storyline. This is reciprocal. I mean, this is on both sides. I mean, what you're going through is the same thing that your counterpart's going through, and it's what's teaching you. And if you can embrace that, I get the feeling that fire can be relit. And there, that comes up, that pre-read, that break in the deck. This Three of Pentacles, this Three of Pentacles energy, you know. It's like, oh, there's a conversation that needs to be had, you know. And it's like these pondering minds sitting there, you know, and one guy looking over and going, whoa, wait a minute, you know, and seeing something, you know. And it's on the plans here, and this other person here, this third party or whatever, looking off in the distance in La La Land. But these two kind of really looking at something here in a different light, you know, and seeing something different, you know. And it's there's a tree in the background, and they're under in shelter, shaded. So shade, maybe yeah, choosing not to throw shade, you know. And even all in the party here, trying to find what's fair and what's best for all parties here. I think that a lot of the negative energy that we were feeling was coming off of our own tool of looking at things, you know. But seeing things now in the light, we can see that they're a little different than what we can assume or what we can conjure up, you know, in the energies. So it's like being careful of what we're conjuring up here. But it's now would be a great time to collaborate, to talk about how to move forward from here, and what kind of steps are there. Obviously, there's boundaries that have been set, not necessarily in stone, but boundaries set that there's a good understanding, because all the light has been shown. And that's what this month in particular, but this year, is a lot of truths coming to light. That's what this year is all about, and then coming into harmony, right? That's this Three of Pentacles has a lot to do with harmony, being harmonious with the people that we love, or the people that we work with, and so here we go. And see, like, that person not helping could be viewed as the karmic, but notice I had called him a third party, the third party, and not really, doing much to help the situation, but these two really putting forth a really strong effort, and so it's like still loving that person, even though they're not putting forth much of the effort. I think that that they shouldn't be called all these names, That could be even viewed as the divine masculine, or what have you, as I was in the pre-meditation. And see how the pre-meditation kind of comes more out in the reading. But here's what we have here. Beautiful. So, taking that leap of faith, right? That Fool card in the upright. That was what's here. And also we had another card, the King of Pentacles. So taking that leap of faith and finding your destiny, and finding your journey. And he's got a wand in his hand. You see that? This King of Pentacles has got a wand in his hand. So it's like finding that magic again, lighting that fire again, through that ability to collaborate, and instead of casting shade, we're lighting the fire, right? And it's allowing people to feel like confident again, and to want to take that courage, right? And it's underneath the courage card here. So that I find inner strength to face fear with confidence. What do you think the Fool does? And it finds courage, right? To take that leap of faith. And it's very powerful, because what it leads to is this destination, this pentacles, but also that wand in his hand. I mean, crazy, right? The spirit wanted me to use this deck, and I think that's exactly why. But you see grapes above his head. You can see some fig leaves, I guess, is what those are. But just growth and prosperity. And all from trusting your inner guidance system, right? All from boxing in this grief and letting it go, and thinking outside the box, right? Spirit's really helping right now, and to see things a lot differently than what we used to see things, right? So it's very cool. Let's get one more card on that, Spirit, right? One more card. Yes, the outcome on this, and then we have time is 42 minutes. Oh, I am so sorry. My readings go a little long here, but let's see, Spirit, what do we have here? Yeah. All right, so I got 3 cards here. I asked for 1, but Spirit threw out 3. And it's we got the 7 of Swords, and we got the 7 of Cups, and then we got the 3 of Swords, and it's in reverse. So this is what it looks like as it was thrown on the table here. And I tried to look at this 7, 7, but then you got the 3. But feeling like you have to take your investments and walk away is no longer the challenge. All these illusions and choices and options and things that are of confusion, are only leading to heartbreak. But this is in reverse. So it's like pulling those swords out of this, all of this grief. This is just showing the grief that's what route would be taken as if we were to just follow this grief path, grieving over this. What that's going to lead to, it's going to lead to you aborting mission, taking your investments, walking away. It's going to lead to more illusions and confusions on what's next in your future. But then, having the healed heart, yeah, that's great. healing your heart through this process, but taking the long road to get there. And it's this card right here has got all this drama, to it. The skull in the hand, and it reminds me of Shakespeare, to be or not to be, that's what it's saying here. And to put that mask back on, or actually, have this healed heart right now, taking the path that's of least resistance. This is the path of resistance. You resist, and you put yourself into more learning of what the lesson is actually about here. The lesson is actually taking the leap of faith and trusting your heart, and taking the courage with you, your inner guidance system, boxing out the grief, and trusting yourself, trusting the other counterparts in this Three of Pentacles, taking that leap, right? And then your destiny is this King of Pentacles, this prosperity for all. The King of Pentacles is probably the best king of all the kings, really. I mean, he's smart, he's business savvy, he's also loving, he's also magical. I mean, he's holding his wand right here. He's got the fire and inspiration with him, but it's all because of collaboration. It's because of his queen as well. And the queen's not showing up right now. And if we would continue on doing these cards right here, but I'm not that kind of a reader. I'm more about a reader about yourself, your self-development, the route that you're taking that's going to be reflected. It's going to be reflected back to you. You give love, you get love, and I got that in one of the readings. It's something about you get and you give, you give and then you get. I don't know which card it was, but we'll keep moving forward here. Let's use this deck right here. We're going to pull some energy on this right here. I'm going to just pull one card, and then I'm going to pull an animal spirit, and then I'm going to pull a crystal. My favorite deck. And every reading, the last few readings, it's been cut off. So those have been really powerful, and I hope to not be cut off again. Distracted or interrupted. It's been the story of my life lately. But here we go, moving forward. Let's see what that card is. It's going to kind of give us the end game. Oh my gosh. Didn't even know that card was even in there. What does it say? It says prosperity. Backwards on your screen, but prosperity. I just got done saying that about who? King of Pentacles. Prosperity. Prosperous. Your end game is prosperous. Let's pull one more. Spirit just told me to pull one more on the other road. If you were to take you're at a crossroads right now. So if you were to take the road of grief, what would it be? It says, oh, you're being guided to lighten your load. Remember, it's like taking your investments, walking away, but you're lightening the load by taking the leap of faith. What do you do when you take that leap of faith? What does that guy have? He has nothing. He has a dog that's following him, right? But he's taking no worldly things. He's got an umbrella. That's just for the long journey, I guess, to block himself from the rain. But he's got like a purse or a side bag here, and he doesn't have nothing but the clothes on his back, and that's like lightening your load, lighten your load, trying to take on too much, and that's exactly the crossroads that you're at, is trying to decide, what to let go of. So I'm and it has everything to do with your heart, but so that you can make space for your receiving, what it is that you're receiving. So, and what you're receiving is prosperity, the King of Cups energy, and King of Cups, Queen of Cups, or I'm sorry, I meant Pentacles. King of Pentacles. If I've said Cups the whole time, there's something to that, but just know that I meant Pentacles. But here we go, and that's earth energy, grounding energy, right? That's grounding energy. We got grounding energy. Three Pentacles is going to help somebody ground the fire, because it'll just burn out, because it's just like a torch right now, and then this Page of Cups in reverse is because it's being looked at as wrong, and it's like that unapologetic nature, but it's like looking at it in a way that you learn the lesson, right? So we're going to get a spirit animal, and I think I want to read this one. The one that popped out yesterday or the day before, 2 days ago, was this turtle energy, coming out of your shell kind of energy here. But it didn't come onto the reading, so I'm letting you know right now that's what came out. But here we go. We're going to throw another card here, Spirit. There it is. Camel. Camel. It's like that patience, what's in your reserves, you know, that water energy, holding that love, right? That water energy inside of you, having your humps, you know, not looking at humps as mountains, you know, having that perseverance, that resilience about you to keep moving forward, because you're being guided, and trust your heart and keep it open, and keep those reserves open, because you're gonna definitely be using them, and not to empty yourself out, right? So keep yourself full of that love energy, that heart energy, full and open. So we're at 49:49. I just seen on the clock. If that has any similitude to you, which is 13:13, you know, 4 and 4 4 4. Awesome. So here we go, and that's stability, right? That's that table we're talking about, that you rebuilt this table, the clean slate, 4-4. That just happened right now. Now let's do the nail in the coffin on this reading here. Let's see what we got here. Yes, 2 right here. Nail in the coffin is going to pretty much sum up the entire reading. We got right here, Carnelian is the name of that. I love that. That looks beautiful. But it says courage, right? Courage, motivation, endurance, you know, and it's like lighting your load, you know, endurance. Oh, sorry, I'll get back to the card. It says powerful and bold. Carnelian increases confidence in yourself, especially when you need to take center stage and use your voice effectively. A stabilizing stone. Carnelian helps balance volatile emotions for long-term vitality. Believed to protect the soul in the afterlife. Carnelian is a stone of the living, meant to motivate you to take chances with the life that you have. Life is meant to be lived with passion and desire, and carnelian gives you the courage to do so. Carp diem, seize the day. Taurus, Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, power of the sun. Wow, I just love those cards, man. All right, and so it says lepidocrocite, open heart. That's what it looks like. But it says open heart, grounded, teacher, practical and methodical. Lepidocrocite approaches spirituality in a tangible way. Grounding practices back to the earth while staying connected to source energy. Wow. And it says a great crystal for teachers or anyone who wishes to pass down spiritual teachings. Lepidocrocite values tradition and educates without judgment, sharing wisdom for humanity's highest good. Lepidocrocite helps with committing to your life's purpose. Wow. Staying focused on the tasks at hand and taking action in order to make progress. Each day you are one step closer to your dreams. Energy of Sagittarius and Earth. Earth, grounding energy. That was beautiful. Wow, I hope you really got something out of that. I know that I did. And, you know, I try to separate myself from my own readings, but I'll be honest with you. I'm on the journey right here along with you, and these readings are just as much for me as they are for you. And I'm not gonna detach myself from that, because I want to be the living experience that you are seeing live. You know, science and spirituality combined together is experience. You know, yeah, experience. You know, spirit and science. You know, experience. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for your time. I appreciate your likes, your subscribes, and your shares if you feel the need to do so. I appreciate that. It helps somebody out there, and if I've done that, I've done my job. And I appreciate your time, and have a great day. Namaste.